So I'm sitting out here in Elberton, Washington. Beautiful place, lots of history. I should read you the sign. And I realized this gorgeous building may have just become the world's largest birdhouse. So I'm looking at the top. Let me show you. See that? All deteriorated, all gone at the top line. And then in every one of these, you see how many bird holes there are. It's a little creepy because if you sit here and just listen, it must be full of doves. And the doves sound like moaning spirits of some sort. They're just, listen. Okay, I'll read you the Elberton town site sign they have out here. You know, not all my friends live right here on the Palouse, so here you go. Elberton town site. The history of Elberton is typical of many early Whitman County settlements. Nestled in the valley at the confluence of the North Fork of the Palouse River and the Silver Creek, it provided an attractive location to establish a town. Elberton flourished for a while and then went into irreversible decline. In the 1870s, attracted by the river and abundant timber, Giles D. Wilbur built a water-powered sawmill here that provided lumber for many of the early area barns and homes. In the next decade, the Oregon Railway and the Navigation Company built a rail line through the valley. The town was plated in 1886 by Sylvester M. Waite and named in honor of his son Elbert. By 1888, Elberton had a flour mill, post office, 2 general stores, a blacksmith and a wagon shop, 2 grain warehouses, a livery stable, and a church. The 1890s saw continued growth in the planting of fruit trees as a major crop. At the turn of the century, Elberton had a population of over 400, the world's largest prune dryer, the flour mill, and the county's poor farm. Does anybody know what the county's poor farm was? That will be interesting to look up. The Elberton picnic commemorating Elberton picnic commemorating the town's founding, which now my girlfriend Kim works. She's kind of a big deal around here. She tries to have her own little community picnic. Was held for 3 days in June from 1893 until 1924. It was one of the annual highlights for the Whitman County old-timers. After the turn of the century, having cut all the nearby timber, the sawmill moved to Idaho. Following a devastating fire in 1908 and serious flooding in 1910, Elberton began to decline, giving in to increased competition from other towns. Today, most of the buildings are gone, but you can still find where homes once stood by the remnants of the old foundations, non-native trees, and in spring, daffodils that appear in long-forgotten flower beds. Pine forest is slowly reclaiming the old pasture and fruit orchards. And then it finishes, the Whitman County Parks Department now owns much of the former town, preserving the land for future use. And this is where I get a little ugly. So we're preserving it for future use, but this incredible building that, yes, I realize somebody would have had to maintain, would it not have been better to sell it and let somebody turn it into an amazing home? I don't know, because then this would be gone, but what is this? This huge bird's nest. And if you could see what I'm seeing right now at the top of that beautiful castle-like bell tower, whatever it was, it's just got the most amazing, wonderful vibe. But anyhow, it's almost fixable. What's that called? I'll let you see yourself. So at this point, in the name of history and all that's good, wouldn't it be better if we came up with some sort of a raffle system? And the only way you could get into the raffle system would be to submit and show exactly how you're going to restore this back to as much of the original as it could possibly be, while still living in it, or turn it into some way of making money, turning things around, but privately. A private person could do it. But you have to submit this thoughts and how it's going to be paid for, and show this committee that, I just dropped something, that it's, that you can actually do it. And then the top, I don't know, however many there could possibly be, but just for the name's sake, let's say the top 10 go into a raffle drawing. And whoever wins, then they commence to doing exactly what they said they'd do. And they get the property free, because they're going to put the time and effort and money into actually storing and retaining our history and things that will never be again, before it's completely down to the ground. And then it's like, oh, I guess we have to tear it down now. Like, you didn't see that coming? How's that preserving history? It's just bandwagon. I'm on a bandwagon. Don't want that vibe. So I'm going to take a quick peek at some of the other cool things around here real quick, because I got to get on my bike and it's getting really hot and get back home before it gets really hot. So I'm going to put you on fast mode real quick and show you a few other stunning places here. And here we are at the bridge. Did a lot of photographs out here. I'm a little height challenged, so I'll show you it from a distance. Okay, and we're out of here. So just a few months ago, there was a house right there. It was a perfectly good house. Guess at one point it was something to do with the parks or who knows what. But it's gone now, just like that beautiful church, Grange, piece of our life's history, will be real soon too. But someone's getting paid to mow at least, so that's nice. And it is beautiful here. And you're not going to see this kind of beauty anywhere else, I don't think. Not the same, because, well, it's a one of a kind. Well, this is brand new. So on the other side is what is referred to as the Elberton's rope course. And on this side, you can hike up the hills. It's gorgeous. Wander around, and they have up there things that you cannot do unless you are using it through the parks and probably people that know what they're doing. I don't really know. But anyhow, what you cannot do that is up there that's really interesting is you cannot zip line. You cannot climb up the side of the tree and cross over a cable with just suspensions on both sides. You cannot climb up into the towers. You cannot climb the massive, huge rock climbing tower that was placed up there and put up there and is all fenced and locked up. But what you can do is you can swing on the swings, because I am too lazy to go up there. I'm sweating and I got to get on my bike and I got to get home. So I'm just going to show you these really super cute pictures of my grandbabies swinging on those swings. And this is Elberton. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye. Bye. Against my better judgment, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to put it on time lapse or whichever one it is that makes it go really fast. And I'm going to try to keep this on all the way home, which I told myself no phone and bike because I've already wrecked twice. So struggling to get that hill. I lost the slow-mo thing or the fast speed thing or whatever. Now, I'm just going to show you what I shouldn't be doing. And I got to get off of here before I kill myself. Bye. Good gosh. Some people should not do these things. Bye.